Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, we welcome you. The punter, Bradley Pinion, gets this started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The 49ers come out, and Brock Purdy leads them out. Greg, it's really one of the best stories in NFL history when you think about it. From last pick in the draft to taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl, now to a lucrative contract for the fourth-year man out of Iowa State.
Every team stresses it all week in practice, Mike, as they're building their scripts and they're delivering their team message. You want to start fast in the NFL. Playing from behind is a nightmare. You can't come out flat and allow the opposing team to strike first. They understand the importance. This opening drive, they feel really good about the plays they have tabled. They really feel good about the week of practice they had. Now all that has to come together, start fast, and then see if you can sustain it for 4 quarters. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. That tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Third and short. Purdy. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Give them 14 on that one. It's good for a Niners first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. He'll get about 2. Off from a safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
On third down, it's Purdy. That's caught by Bourne. A gain there of 20. First down, 49ers.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. The veteran Leonard Floyd, they're on the tackle.
At the Falcons' 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught, Christian McCaffrey. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle, gets him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Third down, Purdy. He's got it at about the 8, and they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Brings up second and goal.
They need 6 for the touchdown. Second and goal. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he's in! Gxlden. Touchdown, San Francisco. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He's got it, and the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead.
Niners 7, Falcons nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Jamal Agnew now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Falcons come out there led by Michael Penix, the second-year quarterback out of Washington. Greg taking over late last year and winning the job as the Atlanta starting quarterback.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
From the 31, here is second and 4. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
An 8-yard pickup. And a Falcon first down.
What is this?
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
On play action, Penix. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. The rookie out of Georgia, Michael Williams. In there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Short throw taken by Penix. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
On third down, Penix. Deep ball for London. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Niners offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Jennings. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be out of bounds. Up past the 35. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And they'll hold them to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's Saul, the man in motion. Throwing again is Purdy. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the 1st down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Ricky Pearsall, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Now he takes off. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
McCaffrey. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4.
A loss was definitely Clearly not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be McCaffrey. Good blocking, and he's in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Now Pinheiro to add on the extra point. He gets it to go, and the 49ers move out on top, 14-0.
Falcons, nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Agnew on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Falcons offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Start on the ground with Robinson. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
1st down, Atlanta.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On 1st down, right back to Robinson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. From the gun, it's Penix. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
Both sides now going back and forth, trading blows. After a nice pickup and a handful of yards, the defense responds with a big sack. Now brings up 3rd and medium, and let's see if they decide to go back on the ground or keep it in the air.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, here is Penix. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
9 yards. 1st down, Falcons.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Plan. It's Penix. He'll step up and run.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. London brought in motion. They'll go play action now with Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Atlanta.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They'll throw. It's Penix. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 7. And this is third down.
Third down, they need 5. From the gun on third down, here's Penix. Forced to his right. He'll try and get, and he will take this into the end zone. What a run! Michael Penix. Touchdown, Atlanta.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
The extra point by Romo is good. And the Falcons are on the board. It's now 14-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Niners offense ready to get back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's Purdy. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Again, it's McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. So, we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. 14-7 is our score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. It's the 49ers with the football to start quarter number 2, 3rd and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. And he's not going to get anything out of this when they force him laterally out of bounds. No gain on the return. The Falcons offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Here's Penix. That's the tight end. Pitts. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
A gain of 7.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Here's a toss left side for Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
1st down, Falcons.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
They'll throw on 1st down with Penix. Out wide, that's Robinson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. Pitts is the man in motion. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
The shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Niners' 39-yard line.
Another run here for Robinson. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
They're doing a really nice job of keeping this defense on their heels with this balanced attack. We've seen them be effective both run and pass, and right now the defense just doesn't seem to have an answer.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. On 1st and 10, it's Penix. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
It is 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Penix. That caught left side by Pitts. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
To throw is Penix. That one taken in by London. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Penix. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Romo's kick is good. And the Falcons are back within 4 at 14-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds at the 45. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Purdy now, he'll throw on first down. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On the give, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Purdy. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
The tight end going in motion to the left. A 3rd and long. Purdy to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
On comes Thomas Morstead. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Robinson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 5. We're going to go play action with Penix. And he'll just bite the ball and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
On 3rd down, Penix. That's into the hands of Werner, the tight end. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Short pass goes a long way. It works to the tune of 25 yards.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. On play action, Penix. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
From the gun, here is Penix. To the right, That's Pitts. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Now the lefty Penix on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Robinson. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. A gain there of 15. First down, Atlanta.
Gain of 15. And a Falcon.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
They'll go again with Robinson. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies. But the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass. And I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
He's got his target. That's Pitts. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
It's a gain of 3. And this is third down.
From the gun, it's Penix. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's got the first down. He'll slide to a stop and take it to 1st and goal. It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all. So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Penix now off the bootleg. He pulls it in around the 5.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On 3rd and goal, it's Penix.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? How fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force 4th down.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. So on now is John Parker Romo to try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons are back within a point. It's 14-13.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense about ready to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Purdy. Finding his tight end, Farrell. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Back to throw, Purdy. Nothing for a run after catch on that one. Out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt it away for San Francisco. That is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
This is a great example of why these outbreaking routes towards the sidelines are so critical to have great timing and rhythm between the receiver and the quarterback. In this case, he just can't quite keep his feet in bounds. Great effort to secure the catch, but it's going to result in an incomplete.
Short throw taken by Pitts. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. We've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and
that is hot. What a throw. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Falcons.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Point after, coming up here.
For the extra point.
His kick is good. And the Falcons will open up a 6-point lead.
20, 49ers 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The 49ers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Timeout 49ers. That is their second. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. First and 10. Purdy. To the right side here. Pass is caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he will have a first down, and they're in a field goal range now at the 30.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Eddie Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. This one from 43 yards away. Pinheiro's kick is good. And the Niners will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the 3rd quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Agnew on the return. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Here's Robinson. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Penix on 3rd down. He manages to get the throwaway and completes it. 15 yards through the air. 1st down, Atlanta.
A gain of 15. And a Falcon 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Stoppage here, one of the 49ers is down. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the 1st half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he'll get forward for a couple. Michael Williams, the 1st-round pick, is there for the stop.
2nd and 8.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Now Penix. That's caught. It's high. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
5 yards on the pickup. And this is 3rd down.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. And Penix. A ball deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Atlanta.
And while everyone's going to focus on the play downfield, this touchdown, Mike, it ultimately occurs because of the protection up front. They do a great job picking up the blitz, and with those extra few seconds, that's all the time he needs. Finds his man streaking downfield, open, and when great awareness meets great scheme, all you need is great execution.
Extra point try forthcoming.
Lining up for the extra point.
He knocks it through. And the Falcons will extend this third quarter lead.
27, 49ers 17.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Niners offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And he'll be taken down at the 40-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
That's good.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up second and
So anytime you
4.
decide to blitz, the hope is that the
46-yard
secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
Brought down
That's just
back
bad
at the 43-yard
timing
line.
by the offensive line. They've got to get their linemen out in front of him, so either the linemen need to go faster or the back just needs to be more patient. But either way, they're just not in sync on that screen pass.
3rd and 7. They'll throw again with Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. He's going to have the first down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
And the 49ers
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
First and 10
Finding
at the
yourself down here,
35-yard
multiple
line.
scores in the second half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Now Purdy. That is hauled in at the 5. And he will get into the end zone. Kendrick Bourne. Touchdown, San Francisco. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Eddie
Pinheiro
laying
on
up
for the extra point. It's up and good. And the 49ers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
49ers 24.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Ray McLeod on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. They'll begin with 1st and 10. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. Whoa. And he gave one man the slip and going to take this one forward. A pick up a 3. Looks like we have an injured Falcon on this play. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Pitts is the man in motion. On 2nd down, Penix. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. Open man, right side. He's got it. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
On the stop. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
They run over center with Robinson. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
He was taken
About 19 yards on that one. They're in business. It's 1st and goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
They'll run with Robinson. And he will get into the end zone. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The extra point by Romo is good.
Makes the score.
And the Falcons are going to extend their lead.
49ers 24. Bradley Pinion
The
set to
kickoff
kick
team
off.
is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Niners offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. On play action, here's Purdy. Rolling to the left.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly. Realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket. Decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 4. On the handoff, McCaffrey. Inside the 35. And they finally track him down, but not until he gets to the 3-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 65 yards.
That's as dynamic a run as you're going to see. He gets really good initial blocking at the point of attack. That springs him loose. But then it's just his speed and open field running that does the rest.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Now Pinheiro to add on the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
34. 49ers 31. Eddie Pinheiro set
So
to
now,
kick off.
after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Agnew on the return. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over.
The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
From the gun, it's Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts.
A gain of 2 on the play. And this is 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, here is Penix. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They bring a tight end in motion left. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. That's David Onyemata in there for the tackle.
Across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. They run once more with McCaffrey. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
10 more yards. Complete to Christian McCaffrey. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 24-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And that'll give him the 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Play fake. Now it's Purdy. Open man is Jennings. Has no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Purdy now on 2nd down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings. And he's in. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, San Francisco. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers have taken a 4-point advantage.
Niners 38, Falcons 34.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Agnew on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Quick throw on the RPO. It's McLeod. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. They send a receiver in motion left. On the give, it's Robinson. And not much there. Quick defense, held to no gain.
Brought down by Upton Scott. It's a gain of a yard. And this is 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
The Falcons send their punching unit out. Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. 49ers offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
That's into the hands of the fullback. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 14 on the pickup. 1st down, 49ers.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
On 1st and 10, Purdy. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. Give him 15 more on that one. They first down.
That's another 49er.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to McCaffrey. That's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
So back and forth they go as we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On to the fourth quarter we go, and it begins with a McCaffrey run. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
The tight end motioning left here. They'll go back to McCaffrey on first down. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
One of the tight ends motions right. Play action. Here's Purdy. Finding his tight end, Farrell. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 9. Gift, and here comes Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
At the 21-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And this is 3rd down.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Penix. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. So here's Brock Purdy, and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. First and 10. Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
From the 42-yard line, here's second and a yard. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Niners first down.
And this is what happens when your offensive line and your back are in sync and on the same page. Great job by the O-line distorting the defense at the point of attack, and then the running back understanding where that hole is, hitting it full speed, brings up the first set of downs.
He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
And 12 yards to go.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
Little miscommunication there now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
The 49ers out for the punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And that's a thing of beauty. Out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Here's Bijan Robinson. And the Falcon offense set for their next drive. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. It's Robinson. Drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd, juking his way forward for a gain of a couple.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
On second down, here's Penix. Over the middle, he gets that to McLeod. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
And this is third down.
Here is a big one. Third down and 2. Third and 2. And Penix. Open man is Mooney. He's got it. And he's taken down up past the 35. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Penix. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Here's Penix. Gets this one complete to Hodge. 17 yards, the gain there. 1st down, Atlanta.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Falcons.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. You know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Penix. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
A couple of 3rd down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Ray McLeod was the one he was looking for there. And now it's 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Oh, he landed it at the right spot, just had the wrong spin. He goes into the end zone, touchback, and the ball's coming out to the 20-yard line. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. Back over the middle and caught by Pearsall. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. 1st down, 49ers.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left. and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Jawan Jennings was the intended target. And it'll bring up second down. Moving the tight end right. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
A.J. Terrell on the tackle. A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
Third and 9. From the gun, it's Purdy. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big one here in the fourth quarter. 36 yards.
Well, I'm not sure there's been one position on offense that has evolved more over the years, Mike, than the tight end position. They're no longer just the extra blockers. They're no longer just the underneath, hey, pick up a first down. These are some of the most dynamic playmakers in the league, and that's a great example of why.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
To Jawan Jennings. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 18-yard line.
Here's second and 2. They'll motion a tight end right. On second down, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get it down to the 12. And that'll give him a new set of downs from in close.
That's another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up the first down.
Christian McCaffrey on the carry.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Less than a yard.
This guy's really starting to roll now. I mean, his involvement in the passing game just continues to pick up, and until the defense identifies him as a pass threat, I expect this quarterback to keep looking his way.
They'll run the sneak, and he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a hold up, and he got what he needed. It is first and goal coming up.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
McCaffrey, and he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense knows the importance of this drive. They have to keep this game at one possession. That's a great start there on first down.
From back at the 2 now, here's second and goal. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He'll get this out wide to McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
A 6-yard loss on the play. It's third and goal.
So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Back to throw. Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going nowhere. Met and and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal. So, here's Eddie Pinheiro in a big spot. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Pinheiro had the field goal a moment ago. Now he's back out to kick it away. Agnew on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense getting set to get back to work.
At their own 27-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's a toss left side for Robinson. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Nick Martin on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
Here is 2nd and 7. And here's Bijan. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
The faithful roaring here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight. And it gives the team a 1st down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 yards on the
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
On 2nd down, Penix. And he let him a bit too much. That pass is incomplete. Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's going to be 3rd down.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive. This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Here we go. This is 4th down. And he's going to go down. The pressure too much. And that should wrap this one up as they have to give it up on downs. Here's and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not, but things are pretty much spoken for. They face second down and 7. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So a win here for the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Gxlden and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.